Yo, what is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after my father, a great man. That decision being made by my mother to do so. Shout out to my grandmother as well for all she's done for me. Start what you're doing and go follow at EMACStats. That is EMCSTATS for all your up-to-date high school, college, and pro sports coverage. I won't let you down. As always, thank you for tuning in. We do not take you listening for granted. Shout out to the new listeners who are also coming in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you like our content, make sure you share it, tag a friend in it, whether you agree or disagree with us. Our conversations are going to help you respect the game. Without further ado, here are my brothers.
Yo, what's up, man? Shine Hard Izzo, charismatic, intellectual hood excellence at its finest, man. Shine Hard Izzo, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Cash App, whatever, man. It's lit.
Yo, it's the one and only Black Peace, the host with the most, that blows the most smoke, the rap plug, the hip-hop plug. You already know where to find me at. I'm Talking Smoke on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you find dope-ass podcasts at. You know, fuck with me.
Good on, everyone. This is Coach Johnson. I'm back with the controversy. I am the husband of Jordan. I'm the father of Harper and Deuce. I'm here to help you to think just a little bit deeper about what you think about and to reason just a little bit better.
Good evening, beautiful people. I am the one and only Senesh Xavier Miles, and on behalf of me and my brothers, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We don't take it for granted. Please continue to tune in. We love you so much. Take it away, bro.
I'm gonna get the hockey. Well, Sedacious, you got the hockey assist. I get the actual assist, and I'll kick it to Shine Hard.
Over the course of a couple of days, we learned Sunday night that hip hop, along with the Houston community, has lost a legend. That in Josh Samuels, better known as TurnMeUpJosh. Like I said, I knew Josh personally. Josh grew up on the north side of Houston, in the Acres Homes area. Great guy, very intellectual, obviously very music inclined. And for those who don't know of TurnMeUpJosh, this guy has accolades like none other. He has produced for Future, Wiz Khalifa, Justin Bieber, Chris Brown. If they're hot, he's produced a record or engineered or audio engineered a record for him. He passed away of natural causes on Sunday. So God deemed his work done here on earth. And, he did go ahead and call him home. Just to kind of put a ribbon on it, man, very much so a staple within the community, and not only, like I said, the Houston community, but the hip hop and rap community worldwide. He pioneered and engineered a song, or not really a song, rather, but more so a sound that has become very, very well known within the melodic rap community, producing records like When We Shoot by Lil Durk, Backdoor, also by Lil Durk, and countless others. He's produced Fight Night for Migos. So he's been platinum over 10 times, Grammy nominated a few times as well. So like I said, man, so rest in peace, Josh Samuels, TurnMeUpJosh. We love you, brother. I know you're looking down now. Your journey's done, but definitely mourning you too. We join you.
How old was he, Izzo?
Josh had to be about to be embarking upon. I think he might have been 30, 31.
Okay. Yeah, man, definitely salute to him, and may his work continuously live on. Yeah. Crossing on over to the tennis world, Naomi Osaka recently was fined by the French Open $15,000 because she elected to not fulfill her post-game press conference interviews after winning the first match in the French Open. But before she decided to withdraw from the French Open, before it actually got started, she released the following statement, starting with, quote, "Hey, everyone. Hope you are doing well. I'm writing this to say I'm not going to do any press during Roland Garros. I've often felt that people have no regard for athletes' mental health, and this rings very true whenever I see a press conference or partake in one. We're often sat there and ask questions that we've been asked multiple times before, or ask questions that bring doubt into our minds, and I'm just not going to subject myself to people that doubt me. I've watched many clips of athletes breaking down after a loss in the press room, and I know you have as well. I believe that whole situation is kicking a person while they're down, and I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Me not doing press is nothing personal to the tournament, and a couple journalists have interviewed me since I was young, so I have a friendly relationship with most of them. However, if the organizations think that they can just keep saying do press or you're going to be fine, and continue to ignore the mental health of the athletes that are the centerpiece of their corporation, then I just gotta laugh. Anyways, I hope the considerable amount that I get fined for this will go towards a mental health charity. Peace and love." She released that statement on Twitter again before the actual tournament started. I guess she was being advised, yo, if you don't, you're gonna get fined or whatever. And like I said, she played her game, won, didn't do the post-game interviews, and shortly after was fine. Then she released a statement saying, "Hey, I'm going to withdraw, from the tournament. I don't want to be a distraction to like other athletes, being able to put in the work, and I don't want to be a distraction to the tournament." So for me personally, like I've been like turning over like a new leaf, just in terms of like just trying to like understand like the athlete more. Obviously, like I have come in the game like through the back door as like a reporter, and yeah, as a reporter, yeah, you want those interviews, but like I try to like study interviews and try to, in the sense, it's like, what can I ask that's new, that's refreshing, that's not the same mundane questions, and those questions are repetitive. I know some people may feel like, well, the reporters and the media, like they have a job to do. They gotta get their quote and submit it by whatever deadline or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, we can't, like, we have to allow people, point blank period, to just be human. And so, like, have I like wanted interviews before and like didn't get them for whatever reason? Like, yeah, sure. Like, did I feel some type of way? Of course. Like, but I didn't take it personal. I was just like, whatever fam got going on, I wish them the best. You know what I'm saying? And like kept it pushing on to the next interview. But like, I think for other corporate, and obviously, right, we've experienced this with like Kyrie, being fined or whatever the case may be, because he wasn't doing interviews early on in the beginning of his career. But I think with the tennis league, the NBA, whatever, like national professional league, like you have to understand like what makes the allure of your company is the players, and to allow that allure to like be at its premium, you have to allow your players mentally to be at their premium. So like let's grant people like the space to like be human, and if they need to take a break, they need to take a break. Like I don't think it should. I think sometimes it's like an ego trip to be like, well, nah, hell no, you're gonna do this damn interview, like, or whatever the case may be, or like we don't want to make an exception for this one person, because then it may be a domino effect, and then ain't nobody going to do no interviews, and then what the hell we gonna do with our media and our press and our coverage? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we as reporters and even as fans, like we want that insight or whatever the case may be. But like I would like to believe that like, yo, if they was like all right, Naomi, we understand what you're saying. We're gonna let you be. It's it's a mental health situation. Like we're not gonna trip on you with that. I'm pretty sure had she like progressed throughout the tournament, her having whatever break she needed to have, throughout the tournament, had she wanted, like she would have been more than willing to come out and speak or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I think we should just lean towards more like not feeling so obligated from like the athletes or feeling entitled as if they're not human or like they owe us like an explanation after every game or whatever. Like motherfuckers be tired, bro. As reporters, like sometimes you tired or whatever the case may be, and like you don't want to have to do what you got to do. Defense to that may be like, oh well, suck it up. I get paid. Like I got a job to do, but if those athletes aren't like in a great mental state, like I don't think it's really gonna make for a great game that we all love to watch across the board. So yeah, that's my piece on that. Y'all can, chop away if you decide to or want to.
I mean, at the end of the day, how I look at it, I totally agree with what she's saying. And I feel like a lot of people put mental into an athlete's game. And I feel like they try to use it outside of the field that they actually use instead of on the court or on the field as it may be in some cases. I feel like they use it as, they messed up in this interview, so therefore they're feeling this way, so therefore their performance is going to sway this way. I feel like that's unfair to the athlete, and some athletes aren't strong in that necessary category, and it puts them in that position of, now I got this to battle along with my athletic challenges I already have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Instead of already dealing with the pressure of, the crowd against me and, the opponent against me, the ops against me, now I have to worry about interviews attacking me and trying to find my little weaknesses in the stuff that they've seen just from being spectators. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just like when she actually beat Venus, they had so much stuff around it. They made her childhood dream such a fucking nightmare. And she couldn't even accept her goal being accomplished the way she wanted to because of the way the media attacked her and attacked, Serena also. So I salute her for that. Shout out to Corday for that, for having a real one on his arm. And, because I'm a hip hop connoisseur, I got to give a shout out to my boy. But yeah, man, I respect her a lot for that shit.
Yeah, picking back off Serena Black Peace, she had a quote basically in regards to Naomi opting out of the French Open. Serena Williams quote, "I feel like I wish I could give her a hug because I know what it's like. Like I said, I've been in those positions." Then her sister, Venus, was just like, "I know what she's going through, and the way for me personally that I get through is that like I know these questions are coming from people who could not even like light a candle to the type of game that I have." And then we're talking about Kyrie earlier. He also had a quote in support of Naomi, basically, or not basically, but saying, "We are with you, Queen. Just be you. That will always be enough." So she's getting love, from other professional athletes, around the country. So yeah, man.
Just real quick, just like with Allen Iverson, the most known quote from this man, surrounding him post interviews is practice. And it's the most misinterpreted situation in press conference history, in my opinion. And that's prime example. He was talking about one situation and they led it to like, "Oh, you don't want to go to practice." And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I'm glad to be back, guys. Glad to be here.
This is what I was waiting on.
To shine a little Coach Johnson light on the situation.
You ain't shining nothing, brother. But
come on with it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait.
What's the young lady's name?
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi. So I really don't know her. I don't know her situation. So I'm going to speak in general with athletes when it comes to this particular topic. So I'm not speaking to her specifically, but to athletes in general, right? Especially athletes in the major sports, the NFL, NBA, tennis, golf, not lacrosse here, So these are major sports that get major eyes, and they need to understand that you are not just athletes anymore. The reason you get paid that way, you don't get paid just to be an athlete. You are a sports entertainer. That is your job. You are a sports entertainer. And with sports entertainment comes the obligation of doing crap in front of media. It sucks. It's terrible. It's part of the job. Now, the freedom of the job is that, hey, if you don't want to do it, pay a little fine money and get on about your business. I'm going to sound harsh by saying this. The excuse of the mental health challenges that athletes go through, and they can't get past those mental health challenges to get in front of some reporters who, like Venus said, can't hold their water in their respective games. I'm not necessarily going to buy it, because you get past those mental health challenges to do your job in other areas. You get past those mental health challenges to do your job on the field, on the court. And so the rest of your job, a part of the job that you don't like, that you can't stand, that many of us don't like, because the media can be messy. You got to figure out a way, right? Now, this is coming from a coach's perspective, right? Coaches always say, hey, figure out a way, get it done, right? It is what it is. But yeah, so, I know I'm sounding like a jerk, but if you are a sports entertainer, right, especially professional athletes, at that level, you are a sports entertainer. You get paid like a sports entertainer, not an athlete. Okay. The ladies who are on the women's USA softball team, they get paid like athletes. You get paid like a sports entertainer.
So on, say that again, Christian.
The women who are on the women's USA softball team, they get paid like athletes. Okay. Naomi gets paid like a.
People get paid, Christian? Just me asking. Do you know how the Olympians get paid?
Don't know how?
Yeah. Do you know how?
Or how much?
No. Do you know how?
I'm not exactly understanding the question.
Okay.
No.
Who cuts the Olympians' checks? Do you know that?
No, I don't know specifics.
It is not an Olympic committee that writes them checks.
That's not the point. Okay.
The point that the
point that I was making. Sean Hart, the point that I was making
as well. But
Sean Hart, let me finish my point.
Let me finish my point.
Sean Hart, let me finish my point. The point is, how they get paid, I don't know. It's the amount. They get paid like athletes.
So what is like an athlete, and then what is a sports entertainer? What do athletes get paid, and then what do sports entertainers get paid?
She gets paid like a movie star gets paid.
Okay, so just explain it for words, because I don't know either.
Okay. Movie stars are paid millions of dollars. Naomi, who's a worldwide tennis phenomenon, right, gets paid in the millions of dollars. I would guess. If she's this big, I would guess, right? The guys in the NFL.
Paying you to guess, man. Just come with some facts, brother. Just come with
guys
some
in it. Okay, well, Edward or somebody can look this up for me. While how much you getting paid?
Okay. So right there, right then and there, Christian. Right, it's irrelevant for how much they get paid, because what it sounds, the argument it sounds like that you're making is that, like, because Naomi gets paid X amount of dollars, she needs to talk to the media regardless of how she's feeling, and because this person isn't getting paid, though they're still a professional athlete just like Naomi, but because they're getting paid this amount of figure, she shouldn't be expected to talk to the media, because I guess it's not necessarily her pay grade.
It's deeper than that. The reason that people
break it down.
The reason that people are coming to her after her tennis matches, right? And they care so much about what happens after her games, right? Is because of the millions of eyeballs that are on her. Women in
because she is the next coming of Venus and Serena Williams.
Exactly. Women in softball, and most women in soccer don't have to deal with this. Why? Because not as many people are looking at them. Not as many people care what they have to say after the game.
Okay, so
but
make
they
your
care about what she has to say. Hold on, listen. Let me finish the point. Most people care. So she is an entertainer. She's an entertainer who a lot of people like entertainment with. A part of an entertainer's job is to entertain on and off the stage. On and off the stage. So her stage is the tennis court. Off the stage is right there that immediately after, hey, what happened while you were on stage? We like this act, we like that act, da, da, da. Can you tell us about it? That's a part of an entertainer's job. She's a sports entertainer. So that's all I'm trying to say. No one cares about Bobby, who plays lacrosse for $50,000 a year.
Okay, that's subjective.
What he cares.
It's subjective.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
No,
how many people trying to figure out?
No, it's not the truth. The reason it's not the truth.
Fucking spitting out bullshit the whole take, bro. You've been guessing with no definitive facts behind it, and I'm about to crush and spoil that shit to a million pieces. I'm gonna let you go, but he been having me on hold for about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna say this quick. Okay, bro. So when you want to speak, let's speak definitive facts. So Olympians don't get paid by a fucking Olympian committee. They get paid by sponsors.
That's not the point.
Dick. Okay,
so that's not the point. That's not the point, Sean. All right, go ahead. That's not the point. You see the point I didn't make. Go ahead, though.
All right, hey, talk, Edward, because he don't want to. Yeah,
go ahead. You defeat the point I didn't make. Go ahead.
I'm done listening to you, bro. We done listening.
I'm gonna say this, and if you want to go, Izzo, you can go. So, Christian, you're saying nobody cares about Bobby who's making $50,000. Subjective. I agree with you, Isaac. But at the same time, bro, whether or not it's a million people watching U.S. Olympic women's soccer, they are still required.
Human.
Just like Naomi Osaka. Not even just human, but they are still required, whether you deem them high prolific entertainers, athletic entertainers.
Don't mean millions of other people don't.
And exactly, and because the world is far bigger than like what Christian perceives it to be, those Olympic players are still required as a job and a commitment to stand before the media, just like Naomi Osaka is. So like you saying like, oh well,
you trying to draw a differentiation between a softball player and a tennis player? It literally makes no sense.
What does that have to do with
zero sense at all? And Sedacious, I love you, brother, but I've been holding on to this point again for about 7 minutes now. Go ahead. I really want to get it out because your boy haven't been letting me speak. So to kind of accompany and put a ribbon on his bullshit, what I want to say to combat that is, it does not matter if they fucking play for Pop Warner or if they play for the highest level of athleticism or an athletic competition that can be, which some would deem either professional sports or the Olympic stage. It does not matter. At the end of the day, all and everybody are human. That's what Kyrie was pointing out in his tweet. That's what Venus and Serena Williams were pointing out in their tweet. They're acknowledging the fact that everybody goes through these ebbs and flows mentally as well as physically. We are all not the same. People respond to those mental hurdles and challenges and obstacles differently. So if she needs to deplug, decompress, and take a step back from her profession for a little while so she can be mentally right going forward, who knows if she would have continued through that competition and then she have an anxiety or a panic attack on live air. And then we're talking about that in a couple of weeks as opposed to, well, Naomi Osaka, she wanted to step away from the game for, mental purposes and mental reasons, as opposed to, hey, get up and fucking do your job. We don't care if you mentally going through something. Everybody go through something, push through it. No, I don't have to, right?
And people at lower level.
Okay.
So
can I respond to that real quick?
I'm not done yet. So she's not contractually obligated, right? So we all can say, hey, I'm not doing this. I need to take a step back. That doesn't mean she's not a professional tennis player anymore. It just means she withdrew from this specific tournament and she's going to gather herself and make sure she's putting her mental health first so she can operate at optimal capacity. I don't see a problem with it at all. I would actually encourage more athletes to take this approach, but we do know with how other sports are ran, like basketball and football, you can't just take hiatuses within mid-season per se to say things like that. But within an individual sport like golf and or tennis, quite literally no one else is depending upon you. You are dependent upon yourself. It is a singular sport. In these particular cases, like again, golf and tennis, you're able to do so because you're not harming your team by dejecting or detaching yourself away from the event. You're just doing that to, again, clear your mental headspace so you can be fully functioning at optimal capacity. So it doesn't matter whether she's going to get fined for it. She's putting herself first. The money isn't worth it. You're fulfilling your job obligation isn't worth going crazy and, you know, ruining your mental peace just because a fucking reporter wants to, like Edward said, ask repetitive questions that are probably 90% of the time have already been asked. But go ahead.
Can I respond to that point real quick, Edward?
That is a rhetorical question. You know you can respond.
Well, because he wanted to go. But
I did want to go. I just wanted to fucking talk like you.
No, I'm talking about Edward wanted to go.
Okay, just go ahead, Christian, bro. Just talk, bro.
So, as I stated in my little piece that you call BS, I did not say that she did not have the right to take a break mentally. I said that I didn't buy the mental health excuse for this particular part of her job. If she needed a mental health break, which she said that she did, and she took a break off from her entire job. Hey, okay, you take a break off your entire job. I get it. But if you are mentally capable to do one part of the job, but then you say you're not mentally capable to do another part of the job, a part of any athlete's responsibility, not just hers.
Oh, now it's entertainment. Now it's not just athlete. Now it's athlete.
Guys, y'all can see the holes in this guy's
argument. This is not athlete. Okay, can everybody please just follow me for a second?
We're trying to follow you, bro. That's the problem. You're going in zigzag circles. You don't know where you're going.
Because before because the point you were making prior, Christian, is that you were saying because Naomi isn't only an athlete, she's an entertainer. She's obligated to answer these questions.
I did not say she. No, I said what she is asked to do a part of her job.
You're a liar.
Guys, you're putting words in my mouth.
We gonna talk about this.
Go back and play it again. Let me finish it real quick so there you go. Okay.
We will.
Again, what I said earlier, as sports entertainers, a part of their job is to entertain on the stage and off the stage like every other entertainer. That's part of the job. Okay? That's part of the job for entertainers, period. They are sports entertainers. I put her in the class of sports entertainers, different from people who are shooting arrows in the Olympics, because not as many eyes are on them, especially through multiple years, year-round, as it is on these particular athletes, right? Who are in a different class, who are getting paid different amounts of money because of how many eyes are on them, okay? If the person who is shooting arrows in the Olympics does not want to interview, sure, they might get a fine from the Olympic Committee or whoever pays them, but it's not going to be a major story. The reason it's not going to be a major story is because not many people were wondering, hey, is this person gonna tell us what happened when the breeze went a particular way? They care so much because it is another realm of entertainment. Now, my other point about mental health.
Interviews are not forms of entertainment. Interviews are forms of tertiary evidence of gathering information, right? So you gather information via interview. It's not a form of entertainment. Though you're contractually obligated to do interviews, if you look up the definition of an interview, it's a way of gathering information. It's not a form of entertainment. So if you do an interview, it's not entertaining. Go ahead.
I understand what an interview is. I also understand
you don't entertain on the interview stage, so you know that, right?
I also understand the reason that they do interviews.
They get quotes and they make presses about it. You know what I mean? Like kind of stuff.
It is a form of entertainment. It is a form of entertainment. The reason we have a sports center.
Though we get entertained by it, I'm saying the act of performing an interview is not for entertainment purposes.
Okay.
Again, though entertainment from it, if an excerpt from it is funny, it's a way that we gather information and are led into that athlete's way of thinking and how they feel about a certain subject matter. So it's a way to gather information. So when you're obligated and contractually obligated to conduct an interview, at that point, you are no longer entertaining people.
Okay, that's false. People watch it because they're entertained. My last 15 seconds. My mental health point, like I was trying to make earlier. Okay, if I'm pulling all athletes into this one. All athletes are supposed to mentally be ready to perform their job. Okay, mentally ready. A part of a sports entertainer's job is to be mentally ready to do their job on the court and their job post game. Right?
He wasn't ready, so she took a step back, bro. That's why.
Okay, I'm not saying. Listen. If she's able to do one and she's not able to do the other, she has to bring herself to the point where she can do both. Because she said she was not ready, she stepped back for both. I'm fine with that. But if someone says, hey, I'm mentally capable to do this part, but I'm not mentally capable to do this part, you have to get mentally capable to do that. But she made the right decision. She stepped back from both. Go ahead, Sedacious.
I believe that she's fucking ingenious.
You just didn't agree with the decision in the beginning. You are a walking contradiction. And
how am I walking contradiction? I did not contradict myself. You guys can't think,
you did contradict yourself,
beyond two words. Go ahead, Sedacious.
It's really ingenious by her. I think it's a war on the media, and she did what women do, and I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it kind of like made me a little tight, but when I think about it, it's like it's her prerogative. But you know what I'm saying? She could have just paid her little $15,000 and just, you know what I'm saying, like not gave a fuck about it, not ever showed up. But she decided to withdraw. And the dramatics of that, the antics of that, I thought was, at first I thought it was like, damn, you petty bitch. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's her shot at the media. Now the media has to tell the rest of the world that she out of this motherfucking tournament. Like, I told y'all that I didn't want to speak in front of the media. Y'all was like, oh, okay, well, bitch, take this $15,000 fine. And I was like, all right, $15,000, I'm out this hoe. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to tell the world about that. Y'all want a story so bad? Tell the world about that. I'm out. So I thought it was pretty ingenious of her to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of agree with Christian at first, but then I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's just the smartest shit anybody could do if they really don't fuck with a certain aspect of their job. You know what I'm saying? Wage war in a way that they can't, you know, they pretty much fight themselves. So she the topic of conversation, and she not even fucking playing. Like, she ain't got to do no interview. She ain't got to do not one more shot, and she finna get taken care of like Colin Kaepernick. Shit is fucking genius.
Crossing over, leaving the tennis court, headed to the basketball court. Before we get into like the NBA playoff series, yo man, the fans are wild. So you had a fan throw popcorn on Russell Westbrook as he was leaving the game with an injury. Then you had a fan throw a water bottle at Kyrie Irving as he was exiting the game after the game, throw a water bottle at him. What else was it? Then you had a fan run out on the court at the Philly versus the Wizards game. Then you had a fan spit at. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not denying that the fan spit, and I appreciate the media doing their best to like circulate whatever was going in like Trae Young's direction. But you had a fan at the Knicks game spit at Trae Young on the basketball court. Ja Morant is also in the playoffs currently. I know they were saying like his when his father is at games, or you have fans talking like brutally disrespectful to Ja Morant's pops when he in the stands just there to watch his son play. I don't know if that's necessarily with the Utah game or the Celtics game or what game in particular.
There's definitely Utah fans, and they've been known to be very disrespectful.
Okay, so I mean, so you got all that going on in the NBA playoffs, and I think the most scary thing about it, most of all, is it's like it's all happened within like a week's pocket of time, where it's like it's one fan after another. It's like one time it's like, all right, but like, why motherfuckers getting that bold? You know what I'm saying?
It's a Facebook page,
right? You know what I'm saying? So whoever wants to take that one away, you know, shoot your shot.
Like Coach said, you get paid millions of dollars. You are an entertained athlete, so you take
just let us spit on you.
You take this popcorn and you spit. Goddamn, that's what you do.
Let me spit on you, throw this shit on you, and throw this water.
Hey, I'm gonna piggyback off a Sedacious point. Yeah, nah, F that. Fans, y'all need to stop with that BS. Okay, y'all need to stop with that BS.
Christian.
No. I'm for real. No. Fans need to stop with that BS. Hey,
they do.
Like
they do.
The point I made earlier. These are sports entertainers. These are professionals. These are people doing a particular job. Just because you can't hold your as a fan, you can't control your emotions. Don't take that out on the players, on the people that you're paying to entertain you. Take your behind to the gym and let that out. Amen. Stop that BS. They shouldn't let them in the game.
I believe the fans that got caught doing the heinous ordeal, I believe they were inheritedly suspended indefinitely. So, yes, they were punished for their wrongdoings.
That's that shit. Why you want to get banned?
People want their 10 seconds of clout any way they can get it. And, and not even really, that New York fan didn't really per se get his 10 seconds of fame. He just know that he just can't come back, because I know he pays good money in New York.
Of course,
he was right behind 50 Cent and his lovely girlfriend, might I add. I believe the young woman's name is Cuban Link. I believe her Instagram.
You know we record these, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, 50 Cent got a nice woman on his side.
Okay, yeah. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, all I'm saying is, if you see within the video, as it pertains to my point, it was a build-up. You can see in the video that 50 Cent's girlfriend, she actually kind of hints and like moves out of the way as if she feels the spit herself. And as you can see, Derrick Rose on the bench as well kind of felt some precipitation, if you will, coming from that fan as well. And so, yeah, it was just altogether a pretty just disgusting ordeal, because you spit on me, we going platinum, 1 million views. I'm finna give you exactly what you looking for. Because you don't just get regular shit, but yeah. The fan definitely needed to be banned, man. And I don't know if it's because it's the pandemic and they ain't been in the damn arena in over a year. I don't know what it is, bro, but
I agree.
Relax,
Dame Dollar said it best. These motherfuckers ain't gonna learn till they do it to the wrong motherfucker. And at the end of the day, it has happened in history. It's just about to say that. It has happened in history. You will get slid like Jermaine O'Neal. I seen it live. It was amazing, but yet sad, but it was poetic justice. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you paid money. Yes, you paid to see entertainment, but you're not supposed to be part of the entertainment. You're supposed to see, just like in the Gladiators. In the Gladiators, if you were to throw something, I'm pretty sure if you were to tell a motherfucker to actually throw something at those motherfuckers fighting the lions, they'll toss your ass in there with the fucking lions and have you fight with the fucking lions. So therefore, that's kind of the same thing. You're putting yourself in the trenches. Now, one of these big ass, strong, workout, everyday athletes might slap the shit out of you. That's on you. And at the end of the day, I will never fall. Until this day, I don't fall Ron Artest for whooping the shit out of the fan. I fought him for whooping the shit out of the wrong fan. Yeah. That's it.
Hey, I think they need
damn, he was the wrong
charges need to get pressed.
Absolutely. He's known he whooped the wrong fan, literally.
Hey, I was thinking in my head, I was like,
Darnell was going for the Pistons. I was going for the Pacers. I was a long-time Ron Artest fan. And when Ron Artest got up and started beating ass, Darnell, Darnell been a Ron Artest fan. And he called me. You know Ron Artest changed his name to Metal World Peace. I'm like, oh, shit.
He won with Kobe. He got a whole ring with Kobe.
Hey, on the real though, these fans, charges need to get pressed on them, because that is assault, actually. So they need to have.
With that being said, do you feel like it's wrong if an athlete does retaliate in some kind of way, shape, or form?
No, I wouldn't. I
say this. We want like when I say like grant them like the grace to be human if they dealing with like mental health. Grant them the grace to be human to beat a motherfucker ass if they disrespect them on the court. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, if you whoop the wrong person ass, it's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I think it's hard to say. I want to say, like, a lesson should be made out of that fan, but it's just so hard to say that in this day and age, bro, because, like, bro, niggas do anything for clout, bro. While we think they being trolled and we think they're an example is being made out of them. I think, oh, buddy from the Celtics who threw the water bottle at Kyrie, like, dudes walking all smiling in cuffs, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's...
Okay, granted, who gives a fuck about being a better person? Granted, in that moment, you just got spit on. Who gives a fuck about being a better person? But when you retaliate, you are no better than the motherfucker that spit on you. Yeah, I'm sorry. And fuck.
Two wrongs don't make it right, person. Man. It's cliche, but it's true.
That's what happens. You get paid that money. Those security guards are there. Your lawyers and all this other shit. The contingencies are in place for you to be taken care of. When you go take matters into your own hands, that's fucking anarchy. That's chaos. We don't live in that world.
True, but at the end of the day, what if they actually threw an object that could hurt one of those athletes, let alone injure one of the athletes? I know it's not two wrongs don't make it right. What I'm saying is, no. What I'm saying is, okay, do you fault that athlete for retaliating the way they, just like when Kyrie like burst out into anger? Like, do you fault Kyrie? Like, damn, Kyrie, like, you know, you should just natural like
human
let
reaction,
that shit go.
But Darnell trying to say it's a natural human reaction for them to react in impulse and want to retaliate physically. But I think what Sedacious is saying is they still have a responsibility to be that role model that they're being paid and that we deem them to be within the public eye in regards to, hey, I know Buddy just did that, but we do got security guards here. They're going to handle your lightweight, bro. We're going to make sure that this dude don't never come back. We got your back. You know what I mean? So I believe both of you gentlemen are right.
I think moving forward in that situation, I think the NBA Adam Silver, like, obviously, like, right, like, it's gonna, I guess, like, be swept under the rug as the playoffs continue to progress and we kind of forget about it and we move on. But, like, I think it needs to be revisited, like, what charges are, like, if these charges are dropped, if these people went to jail, get out of jail, however the case may be, like, I think it needs to, like, constantly be, like, reinforced, like, yo, this is what happened to these individuals, Bob, John Doe, Charlie, and Christopher, you know what I'm saying? To, like, let people know these are the repercussions, and I think they need to be severe to instill that trust in your players to know that, like, okay, y'all got our backs in this, and because y'all got our backs, and I see that, like, the punishment to whatever fan was severe, I don't have to then go anarchy and take matters into my own hands, because I know y'all ain't gonna do nothing but get a fan to slap on the wrist. And if I see that motherfucker in the gym, you know, after the All-Star break, it's gonna be a problem. So handle that up, Adam Silver. Handle that up. Show your players you putting them first over the fans.
Are they fining them? One last thing. Are they fining the actual fans? I know they're banning them, but are actually fining them?
I don't know if they're finding them. I know one guy, I think, I want to say the guy who threw the water bottle at Kyrie, I think he's maybe being charged with, like, battery and assault or something of that nature, but don't quote me on that fully. I know it's some type of, like, you know, legal or criminal charge being pressed against them. So yeah, but, like, I don't, like, again, like, bring that back up to let us know dude was charged, he was in jail, whatever the case may be. Like, don't let that just be swept under the rug and we forget about it. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been to, like, many, like, in-person, like, NBA or NFL games. And so, like, I know for me personally, you know, it may sound like NBA arenas for dummies, but I'm like, okay, like, I don't think, like, tickets be having, like, actual, like, government names on there. So, like, y'all just got, like, hella, like, motion detectors to, like, detect a nigga face and be like, no, you're not allowed here. Like, whoop, you know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily know how, like, the whole, like, lifetime ban thing works. Like, can you just show up disguised in another jersey and be like, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I'm just, you know, school me on that. Anybody in the comments, if you know, been through that, know somebody who's been through that, because that's what I be thinking about when I be hearing lifetime ban. I'm like, so all the gazillion motherfuckers that come through the arena, like, y'all just magically gonna spot them out? I don't know, but yeah.
And y'all stop doing that shit too. Black people scared easily. You run on the field, we're gonna automatically think it's a ball in the field. So stop doing that.
Get lacing up.
Right. We out there. They let that motherfucker on the court.
Yeah, man. So taking attention away from the fans, putting it back on the court with the players right now as we're talking, the Brooklyn Nets are going to advance. I'm sorry, Izzo. The Brooklyn Nets are going to advance past the Boston Celtics. Right now, it's
I needed that.
Okay, my bad. I was like, shit,
yes, sir. But it's just yeah.
We'll talk
about that.
Yeah, no. So Brooklyn Nets are going to win this series against the Boston Celtics 4-1. They are going to play against the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Brooklyn Nets are obviously going to be favored in that. The Milwaukee Bucks recently swept the Miami Heat 4-0, who actually beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals last year in the NBA bubble to go to the NBA Finals. Right now, you have a 3-1 series lead with the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Wizards. The Sixers could have closed out the Wizards last night, but they did not. So right now, Philly is
due to Embiid leaving the game early due to left knee soreness, I believe.
True indeed.
Could be.
Indeed. And I don't
down the line.
I don't know if y'all caught the photo on social media, but Joel Embiid had Sixers and 4 underneath the bottom of his shoe, and like as he was like as his foot was like coming up, like a photographer caught it. And so I believe it's real. I don't think it was like Photoshop or nothing. He had like 6s and 4 like written on the bottom of his shoe, but I guess that was a kind of jinx.
I mean, he's that much of an entertainer to do that, so wouldn't be surprised.
Hold on, did I say Joel Embiid?
You did say Joel Embiid.
I'm glad I called myself because I be getting names mixed up, and I hate when I do that, and I go back and listen to it. Not Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons.
His ass should be the last one writing shit down.
That's a whole different story.
Oh, and Izzo too. Here also Izzo. I know you said because of the left knee soreness of Joel Embiid, but one could also say because of the poor free throw shooting by Ben Simmons late in that game.
They did use the hack the Ben method late down the stretch, and it proved to be a great and handy method, and it actually got them the W late. Because he did miss quite a few free throws late in that game.
Yeah, I think he split it just about all of them.
Free throws are a part of shooting.
True indeed.
That nigga can't shoot a cap gun.
That nigga still cold, though.
Absolutely. Just can't shoot to save his life.
And so
or mine.
So yeah, he had Sixers and 4 written underneath the bottom of his shoe. Ben Simmons.
Well, I'm afraid the Wizards come back. Ooh.
Hey, it's not gonna be looking good for Doc.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if the Wizards win this next game, all eyes are on Doc Rivers. I promise you that, and they're gonna be looking just like this.
Hey, go look. Hey, that conceded me. That conceded
lose
me.
This one, bro.
The number 1 seed.
In Philly too, bro.
Well,
Is
it in Washington?
Game 5, No, they going back. Game 5 is gonna be with the Sixers. It's gonna be in
game
Philadelphia.
5 is in Philly, and then if they do go game 6, that thing will be in Washington.
Yeah.
2-2.
No, series 3-1. Series
3-1 right now.
Series 3-1, 76ers was up 3-0, had a chance to close it out, but they didn't. New York versus Atlanta. Atlanta is up 3-1. I love Ice Trey in the playoffs. He's embracing it like he's already been there before.
I like that.
Just got most improved player. Julius Randle struggled in the playoffs.
Let's talk about that a little more, E, if you don't mind. I believe it's going highly unnoticed that Julius Randle is under fucking performing in these playoffs, and him being their all-star player, averaging 24 and 8, 24 and 9 during the season.
He's currently averaging 16 points, 11 rebounds a game, and 4 assists a game in this playoff series.
Because I'm watching them in the playoffs in the flow of the game. He's getting to the same shots that he was hitting in season. He's just not hitting them, when his team needs it the most. And I believe that's very problematic. He needs to be scrutinized as such, man.
Yeah.
Everybody else got killed.
Yeah, regular season, 24 points per game, 10 rebounds and 6 assists a game, and he's declined on all of that except his rebounds in the playoffs. So yeah, man. Ice Trey though, 27 points a game.
No, we got to go back to
with 10 assists.
We got to go back to that because at the end of the day,
Darnell?
Because I'm not mistaken, this is Trey's second or third year in the playoffs.
This is his first year in the playoffs.
First year? Okay. With the attributes of already leading the team, being a leader, franchise player, so on and so forth, right?
Right.
Randall just got there, a year ago. This the New York Knicks, first time back in the playoffs.
You've been in the league 8 years. I need you to at least average.
No. With them.
Oh,
no,
right. Oh, yeah, it's first.
Yeah.
This is first.
I got Milwaukee taking game 1.
Okay, and I also have. I do got Milwaukee taking game 1 as well. I believe they'll come out defensively sound, and they'll have some key stops down the stretch. I see Milwaukee.
Y'all think they're gonna take it in Brooklyn?
Milwaukee +7. I think they'll win handily, but at least by 7. I see that for the first game. I just don't see Brooklyn defensively having the horses to stop them. And maybe they can shut me up and make me a believer. But I think that series is gonna come down to 7. I believe Drew Holiday is gonna be very pivotal in the defense that he's gonna be asked to play on James Harden and both Kyrie Irving. So watch for that matchup as well. And I just believe it'll come to 7. But I think the greatness of Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James will outshine Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Drew. But it will be entertaining, and it will go to 7.
Oh, and don't forget either, not even just Drew, but you got PJ Tucker, who got some experience defending Harden and practice.
Ooh, I forgot all about that, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be a fun series to watch.
They got a squad.
They loaded, man. They loaded this year. No excuses for the Bucks this year, none at all. You got everything you need.
But they went up against the Nets. That's
no matter. You got everything you need. Make it happen. Giannis, you got paid $250 million. Chris Middleton, you got paid $150 M. And Drew Holiday, you just got paid $160, brother. I don't want to hear no excuses from nobody. Everybody paid. Everybody happy. Hey, let's be something. Let's be something.
The Clippers have came back, tied the series. Dallas took 2 in LA. Clippers came back, took 2 in Dallas. So I think that's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good one. I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up in 7. But at the same time, like with the Clippers being on the road, you take 2 in Dallas and then you go back home to go up 3-2. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was 7.
They up 3-2?
No, I'm saying they go back to Dallas. I mean, they go back to LA for game 5. And they could go up 3-2, talking about the LA Clippers. Right now is slowly wrapping up the show. LeBron James is taking the court. They getting ready to go up against Phoenix. LeBron James will be LeBron James he's not gonna have his second superstar out there with that being Anthony Davis. I'm looking at him wearing jeans right now with the face mask on.
Nice. He ain't playing. My nigga look too nice to be playing basketball tonight.
Hey man, but Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, how do y'all see this series going right now? It's tied 2-2. They back in Phoenix. Chris Paul has gave them some life. You still got Devin Booker playing high.
That brings me to my next point. Today is actually the anniversary of Game 1 of the Finals in 2018, where LeBron erupted for 51 points with the infamous J.R. Smith meme for getting the time and clock. So in celebratory fashion of that, I actually foresee LeBron going plumb the fuck off tonight into that vintage Bron mode. Like, hey, Bron, we tying this series. We need you to go come on and be who you say you is. So this could be one of those 40-point triple-double type games for LeBron tonight.
They win tonight. They win game 5. I don't see Anthony Davis playing a game 6 either.
Oh yeah, so Bron gonna need to go into that mode 2 games in a row for them to go ahead and pull this off, and that'll go ahead and remind everybody the greatness of LeBron James and have. Oh, I never was a doubt for messing. LeBron James put the team on his back, all that other bullshit.
Can y'all foresee any scenario outside of like injuries where like the Lakers or LeBron James and the Lakers don't pull this series off?
Absolutely.
Don't know.
Absolutely, because you're forgetting about the best game manager next to LeBron James, and you're reacting like as if he's not competitive. Well, did they win the last time I checked?
Yeah, man. Check his stats though. Them shits was pissed for. Nigga
it does not
matter.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty in Chris Paul. That's the game
He ain't been
manager.
averaging double
The
digits.
dub. He does not
brother.
average. He don't give a shit. He can average 0-0-0. He will get the dub. That's a fact about him. That's the one of the traits that he carries. It does not matter.
This,
He's on
he
the court. They're
0-0
gonna get a chance
tonight.
to win.
I'm gonna tell you this: he goes 0-0 tonight. They ass is losing.
If he's on that court, he has a chance for them to win. Period. That's the point that I'm making. 0-0-0, of course. Of course not. But I'm saying.
You sound like you're going up against. That's how you sound. You sound like you going up against Tom Brady. If Darnell
No, I'm going against respect. Man, I'm going up against respect in the game.
Funds, honey buns, nigga, Lakers and 6, fool.
It's respecting the game, bro. I'm respecting the person that everybody in Houston knows.
Hey, and I'm respecting LeBron
James. That game.
So can I ask a quick question?
I'm respecting LeBron James.
Can I ask a quick question?
We thought you were gone for the night, buddy.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Alive, man.
Yeah, I feel a lot better right now. Yeah, I feel a lot better now. Hey,
look.
How many rings does Chris Paul have?
And there you have it, folks.
He got one for every injury.
I don't know.
Hey, man, the man got
every injury you have, in the playoffs, you're supposed to have a ring. For every injury he had in the playoffs, he's supposed to have a ring.
I'm saying,
just playing. Hey, don't put no weight behind that.
Yeah. Dang, that nigga Christian.
Yeah, 0, right?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, he has 0, brother. He has 0.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. My dog was talking about W's, bro. I was like,
we want to talk about LeBron James for winning series because Chris Paul is known for getting bounced in the first round. LeBron James has never been bounced in the first round, ever in life. So
he don't get bounced in the first round.
Who gonna get bounced in the first round? Who?
He don't get bounced in the first round.
What?
Yo, that nigga was about to lose his religion.
We still talking about the same NBA where teams don't lose, where teams don't come back 3-1. That's a different story. I'm just saying.
You talking about the team
unless you LeBron James.
Okay.
Because he was the only guy to do it, but go off.
He did that in the finals once, right?
Yeah, once. That's cool. They did give him a ring, so I can't. He got a ring from it, so I'm not gonna downplay it at all. I'm gonna take back my little sarcasm.
Is that correct?
He got a ring out of it, so yeah.
Remember that.
Hey, do you know what I noticed about you, Darnell? And this is like a transition. This is like a transition over to Portland, Denver. What I noticed about you is that like you're more of a team ball guy than you are like put the team on their back though type of guy.
I don't believe in it.
Okay, right. And I noticed that about you. And so I was watching the Portland Denver series. Obviously, like last podcast, like I'm rooting for Portland. Darnell has Denver, and like I in no way am I hedging. I stand firm. Dane will pull out this series, but like. I was watching the game, and it's like I understand what you mean when you say like, "Yo, they're a better team." I see what you mean when you say that, but I don't. Obviously, we don't have to like go back and forth, but like I don't trust the consistency of them always like being a better team over like Dame's superstardom and him being able to rally his guys.
You also do have to understand too. I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gotta be rebuttal. If you do, I'm not gonna rebuttal back. Not even almost every championship is won by the team process, never by that one person. LeBron has tried it a couple of years ago and averaged 60 accumulated points between assists and points, and he lost. It took him having Kyrie and Love and the team going as a full force together, and him leading to do it. That's why I don't believe when I see these like, oh, you got this one or two player, they're supposed to beat this whole squad. I don't believe in that.
It can work.
It
won't work winning a championship per se,
right,
but it can get you out of a series.
But it's never guaranteed.
Don't have no business winning. But you LeBron James and you like, hell no, we don't lose. I don't give a damn who can play in the first round. We not losing. Let me put these last two games on my.
No, and I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I've seen that time after time after time.
Right, and so me riding and dying with like Dame and the Portland Trailblazers, I don't expect them to win no championship. I absolutely do not. because, and you know why I don't expect them to win a championship? Because they're not a championship caliber team as it would take to actually win a championship. And I can acknowledge and admit that to you, Darnell. But back to Isaac's point, Dame can get you out of a series, and that's
he can.
Yeah, that's
right.
Rockets ass OKC. I know.
Yeah, he can get you out of a series, and
ask them Rockets, who are a better team than the Portland. Never mind. I'm not biting my tongue. I'm not biting my tongue. Season. Yeah, they had LaMarcus Aldridge in them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not say that, but it was a single person that daggered them, of course, that destroyed them. So yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Against a high prolific player, was he MVP that year, James Harden? Maybe not.
No. You going too far.
Too far back. But
too far back.
I think right now, y'all got us. We both had our teams. I had Denver in 6. I had Portland in 6. You had Denver in 6. And I think, oh shit, we got us a game, folks. So bleak. Y'all had us by 20 opening up in the first quarter, and we're currently only down 63-65 to open up the third quarter. So as I said before, Damian Lillard will get you out of the series. And matter of fact, I text you. I'm bigging this up, and I'll accept the humiliation if I'm like completely wrong, because it'll make you look good. But if not, I'll troll you and I'll look good. We all win. It's a team effort. But damn, what was my thought? I lost my train of thought. But we was talking about the other guys or whatever, and I'm currently rumbling to see if it comes back to me. And it's not, so we're gonna move on.
You sent down your text message?
Then that's why we are a team. That is exactly why we are a team.
There you go.
But no, I told you, I text you. Y'all had us. Oh, I texted you game 4.
I ain't gonna lie.
We were down. Nah, I texted Darnell game 4. I say, yo, this was y'all game 6. This was y'all game 6. I think I texted you game 6 or game 7. So I think had y'all really wanted to put us away, y'all was supposed to go back to Denver up 3-1 as opposed to being tied 2-2. Now
you about to see Damian Lillard act a plumb fucking fool.
Yeah. That's the thing. He's a problem. I'm not going to deny them.
I understand why you say Denver is the better team. I don't disagree with you.
Denver without Jamal Murray is a slight lesser of a team than Portland without Jamal Murray. With Jamal Murray,
they down a couple pieces, bro. They without Will Barton.
Without them,
Gary Harris is a defensive. He got traded.
Gary Harris. He ain't. I like Gary Harris though. Shout out Gary. Harris.
But yeah,
best believe every time I see a lead change and every time I see a slump getting cut in half, I know where it's coming from. So I know the idea.
Bro. I don't think you slighting Dame. I know like you respect Dame, but you don't, as a team, you don't believe in Portland, and I can't fault you for that. I understand why you see that. I see that when they play. Game 4 was y'all game 7. Y'all didn't win it. So y'all just let us tie after coming back down 20 and gave us some momentum going in the second half. We're going to take this one. We're going to finish y'all off in 6. I'll
be mad at the Nuggets if they lost. That's the thing, period. I'll just be mad at the Nuggets if they lost. I wouldn't be. I would. Trailblazers be. No, fuck that. No, you got an MVP on your guy. MVP caliber person.
Y'all need him though, bro.
Fuck
y'all
that. Yes,
but everybody
gets everybody else. When everybody else has an MVP, Derrick Rose is by himself. Basically, they say, Derrick Rose, do your thing.
Put Jamal Murray and Derrick Rose in the same.
But what I'm saying is this: if you have an MVP player, you're supposed to be like, you know what? That's the MVP.
Wait. I like Jamal Murray. Let's slow down on the MVP player, though. Let's not do that.
He's caliber.
Jamal Murray is not an MVP caliber player.
No. You're talking about Jokic.
You're talking about Jokic. You said Murray, fool.
I didn't mean Murray. Hell no. Murray, that's about the one that's healthy, playing right now.
No, but Jokic is not
Jokic
better
about
than Damian Lillard.
Jokic is about to win MVP. I believe that. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can
You
be
said
MVP?
Jamal Murray though, so I'm just
absolutely
correcting you on
not.
that.
Hell
Okay,
no.
thank you.
Like, that's what I'm
But,
saying. Like,
but I wanted to add this, though I don't always hang my hat on the consistency for Jamal Murray to like constantly give you like 25 and 8. I will say, you know what I'm saying, like outside of Jokic, the Joker, I don't see nobody else on that team being able to erupt for a 30 ball like Jamal Murray could.
Really, 40 or 50? I'm not even.
Well,
really over the last couple of years, he been stepping his shit up.
I gotta go back and see when he had those.
Bro.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, I don't know what
he could go
Joker
get you 40
had.
for sure.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, like in terms of just like also having Jokic on your team. Like I don't know if that like when he was hitting a 50 ball in the bubble. I don't.
Jokic was there.
I know he was there, but I don't know how much he was like. I don't know if he also had 30 right behind his 50, or he just had 18 and 18. You know what I'm saying? So
he probably had a decent high 20 game with a triple double to bring along with that.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So like I know we were arguing about like the other guys, right? So game 1, you had Melo. He goes off for 18, 4 for 4 from 3. Then game 2, Denver take that series. You had Michael Porter Jr. I want to say he was like 4 for 4 from 3. He had 18 points. Then you had game 3, Austin Rivers goes off in the fourth quarter. He has 21 points, 16 came in the fourth. Then game 4, Portland come back. You had Norman Powell, who has championship pedigree with the Toronto Raptors. He goes off and has 29 points. So like, you know, it's gonna come down to them other guys, you know what I'm saying? In this particular game 5, we'll see how it unfolds and who comes out on top being the other guy for the winning team. But yeah, man, y'all, we can get out of here on the Grizzlies Utah series. Game 1, Memphis won, but immediately afterwards you had Donovan Mitchell come back, and now the Jazz are up 3-1 on the Memphis Grizzlies. Y'all expect anything to be different with that series?
No.
They're getting closed out tonight, gentlemen sweep. Just too much overall team defense from Utah, and the firepower with Donovan Mitchell being back. I believe the combination of him, Conley, along with the slew of shooters that Utah has, along with the 6th man of the year and Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, is just going to be too much offensive firepower for the Grizzlies to contain. 4-1, Jazz moving on.
Right on, beautiful people. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in, rocking out with us.
I second that.
Coach Johnson second that. So you know it's real. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Izzo, at Black Peace, at Sedacious, at Live the Rapper, at Quaz the Motor. Follow me at Emac Stats for all your up-to-date sports coverage. And if you don't take, I know we like to sign out saying, yo, whether you hate the conversation, love the conversation is going to help you respect the game a little bit more. But I would like to sign out by saying, if you don't know anything else about us and this podcast by now, please know that we are with the shits, literally.
Jake Paul didn't respect the game. Kwame Brown did respect the game. We out of here.
Troll.
Using guns is disrespecting the game.
I'm disrespecting the fuck out the game then, because I'm going to use mine.